Today, we're moving the cabin over to Jrs Bravo Shop to get the last few things finished before we prep for painting. We are also going to be fabricating and installing the bow rails and footrests for the SkyHelm. We got lots on the go today, so stick around.
Jevin and Bailey get the rigging sorted out to suspend the entire cabin from the overhead lift.
Everybody go do something. I know this is entertaining, only for the audience at home.
No one's riding on the roof?
We did that last week.
Jevin uses the forklift to wheel the flatbed trailer into position. They add support blocking to help distribute the weight over the length of the trailer. Fortunately, Jrs Bravo Shop is just a short drive away. I couldn't resist tagging along for the ride. I guess this was my first actual trip in the new cabin.
Let's grab the sticker flex gun, head back to the other shop. Let's go.
Nice.
While Jevin and I drop off the cabin, Aiden picks out the 1.25" aluminum tubular stock that will be used to make our bow rails and footrest.
We're back here with Aiden at JR Marine. So Aiden, can you tell me what the plan is today?
Sure, today we're going to bend up the footrest for the SkyHelm and your forward handrails on the front of the cuddy.
Well, that's exciting. So what we're going to be doing is we've got these rails going on the bow that you'll be able to grab onto and hang onto. And then between that, we're going to have a removable footrest for the new SkyHelm.
This is another job that doesn't require any CNC cutting. So after confirming a few more measurements, it's off to the compound miter saw. Aiden gets the pieces for the port and starboard bow rails cut to length. He also cuts a length of tubular stock that will get used for the footrest. Back at the work table, Aiden describes the process for bending as we discuss the details for the rails. Like the handrails for the pod, these rails will also feature coped joints, so the measurements become a little more complicated. It's critical to factor in the allowances for bend diameter and thickness of stock. This will ensure a perfect fit. With the measurements made and the marks complete, we can head over to the Urana programmable bending machine. This is so exciting. We've used this machine before when we made the handrails for the new pod. It is so cool. These bends weren't quite as complicated as the compound angles needed for the pod, but they were just as important to get right.
The first pipe we're gonna bend is gonna be the arch for the foot rail of the SkyHelm. Aiden's got the Urana machine all set up and ready to go. What we learned here with the Urana last time we bent was you actually overbend the pipe just a little bit and it springs back into the right location. So Aiden has to get everything dialed in and start testing out to find out where that location is. We're just doing the final adjustments. This is a new machine here at JR Marine, so fine tuning is a must.
Once again, Aiden had to account for springback as the material relaxes into position. This means slightly overbending each piece.
For this machine, it's way easier to work in small increments, just to make sure you don't make a mistake.
With all of the bending complete, we head over to the Bravo Shop to complete the fabrication.
We just arrived at JR Marine's Bravo Shop just down the road, and this is where we're gonna be finishing off the handrail fabrication. Let's go. The next step here with Aiden is we're gonna be building out the footrail for the SkyHelm. So that starts by tagging the receivers in place on the cuddy cabin. Aiden and I are gonna put the bar in the receivers to make sure that the welded width is perfect.
Aiden begins by setting up his coping jig. This is a fairly basic setup that holds both the material and hole saw solidly in place as the piece is drilled. It's simple, but achieves a consistent and repeatable cut. Now it was onto the welding. I gave Aiden a hand holding the pieces in place. We've included the footrest to help keep the exact spacing between the two upright supports.
We're just tagging on the last bit of the foot rail, and it's really high right now. So once we're done this whole railing project, we're gonna be setting the height at the very, very end.
Aiden tacks each of the pieces into place on the port and starboard sides of the bow. He also adds the stanchions that will add support and structure to the footrest. The next morning, we were back at Bravo Shop, this time with Ty. He'll be completing the final weld out and taking care of some of the details.
So these are the new bow rails that we have going on. They're kind of unique. What we've got is we've got 2-inch pipes on the back and 1.25 inch actual grab rails. What we've done is this 2-inch pipe is gonna be the receiver for the footrest on the SkyHelm. So when I was talking to Sam, one of the things we're gonna pass on for production was we want to have a nice clean visual line finishing off the top of this pipe. So we're just going to change the angle of our 2-inch pipe so it looks nice and clean and looks like it's meant to be the two different sizes. So that's what we're kind of thinking. What do you think?
Sounds awesome to me.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
Is that hard to do?
It's easy peasy for me.
How do you cut that?
I'm just gonna line it up with this line of the pipe, and then I'm just gonna cut it.
I think the team here at JR did an amazing job on these bow rails. I'm so glad you could join us, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next Saturday on another episode of Do It with Darryl.